Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is Indian Economy Set 3. Question number 1. The current price index, base 1960, is nearly 330. This means that Option A. All items cost 3 to 3 times more than what they did in 1960. Option B. The prices of certain selected items have gone up to 3 to 3 times. Option C. Weighted means of prices of certain item has increased 3 to 3 times. Option D. Gold price has gone up 3 to 3 times. The correct answer is Option C. Weighted means of prices of certain item has increased 3 to 3 times. Question number 2. Notes on which denomination has the portrait of Mahatma Gandhi printed on them? Option A. 1000 rupee. Option B. 500 rupee. Option C. 100 rupee. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is Option D. All of the above. Question number 3. Devaluation of currency will be more beneficial if Option A. Prices of domestic goods remain constant. Option B. Prices of exports remain constant. Option C. Prices of imports remains constant. Option D. Prices of exports rise proportionately. The correct answer is Option B. Prices of exports remain constant. In modern monetary policy, a devaluation is an official lowering of the value of a country's currency within a fixed exchange rate system, by which the monetary authority formally sets a new fixed rate with respect to a foreign reference currency or currency basket. Question number 4. Of the gross tax revenue of the Union government, the indirect taxes account for nearly Option A. 70%. Option B. 75%. Option C. 65%. Option D. 60%. The correct answer is Option C. 65%. Question number 5. The banks are required to maintain a certain ratio between their cash in the hand and total assets. This is called Option A. Statutory bank ratio, SBR. Option B. Statutory liquid ratio, SLR. Option C. Central bank reserve, CBR. Option D. Central liquid reserve, CLR. The correct answer is Option B. Statutory liquid ratio, SLR. Statutory liquidity ratio, SLR, is the Indian government term for the reserve requirement that the commercial banks in India are required to maintain in the form of cash, gold reserves, RBI-approved securities before providing credit to the customers. Question number 6. Fiscal deficit in the union budget means Option A. The difference between current expenditure and current revenue. Option B. Net increase in union government's borrowings from the Reserve Bank of India. Option C. The sum of budgetary deficit and net increase in internal and external borrowings. Option D. The sum of monetized deficit and budgetary deficit. The correct answer is Option C. The sum of budgetary deficit and net increase in internal and external borrowings. A fiscal deficit occurs when a government's total expenditures exceed the revenue that it generates, excluding money from borrowings. On the other hand, fiscal conservatives feel that governments should avoid deficits in favor of a balanced budget policy. Question number 7. If the fiscal deficit of the union government is 75,000 crore, relending to state is 25,000 crore, interest payments are 25,000 crore, what is the amount of the primary deficit? Option A, 50,000 crore. Option B, 25,000 crore. Option C, 1 lakh crore. Option D, 1,25,000 crore. The correct answer is Option A, 50,000 crore. Primary deficit equals fiscal deficit, interest payments. Primary deficit equals 75,000 crore, 25,000 crore rupees. Primary deficit equals 50,000 crore. Question number 8. National Agricultural Insurance Scheme replacing Comprehensive Crop Insurance Scheme was introduced in the year. Option A, 1997. Option B, 1998. Option C, 1999. Option D, 2000. The correct answer is Option C, 1999. National Agriculture Insurance Scheme ने the Government of India experimented with a comprehensive crop insurance scheme which failed. The government then introduced in 1999 to 2000 a new scheme titled National Agricultural Insurance Scheme, NAIS, or Rashtriya Krishi Bima Yojana, RKBY. Question number 9. In India, rural incomes are generally lower than the urban incomes. Which of the following reasons account for this? A large number of farmers are illiterate and know little about scientific agriculture. Prices of primary products are lower than those of manufactured products. Investment in agriculture has been low when compared to investment in industry. Option A, 1, 2, 3. Option B, 1, 2. Option C, 3. Option D, 2, 3. The correct answer is Option A, 1, 2, 3. Huge proportion of the farmers are illiterate. The price elasticity for industrial goods are far more than the price elasticity of the agricultural goods. This is why the terms of trade between agricultural and industrial countries are unfavorable. And due to profit motives, the investment in industrial sector is more so. The rural incomes are so low. Question number 10. Reserve Bank of India was nationalized in the year. Option A, 1935. Option B, 1945. Option C, 1949. Option D, 1969. The correct answer is Option C, 1949. RBI established in 1935 and nationalized in 1949. The Reserve Bank of India was nationalized with effect from 1st of January, 1949 on the basis of the Reserve Bank of India, Transfer to Public Ownership, Act, 1948. All shares in the capital of the bank were deemed transferred to the central government on payment of a suitable compensation. Question number 11. How many banks were nationalized in 1969? Option A, 16. Option B, 14. Option C, 15. Option D, 20. The correct answer is Option B, 14. The Government of India issued the Banking Companies, Acquisition and Transfer of Undertakings, Ordinance, 1969 and nationalized the 14 largest commercial banks with effect from the midnight of the 19th of July 1969. These banks contained 85% of bank deposits in the country. Question number 12. In India, the first bank of limited liability managers by Indians and founded in 1881 was Option A, Hindustan Commercial Bank. Option B, Out Commercial Bank. Option C, Punjab National Bank. Option D, Punjab and Sindh Bank. The correct answer is Option B, Out Commercial Bank. Oud Commercial Bank or Awadh Commercial Bank was an Indian bank established in 1881 in Faizabad and operated until 1958 when it failed. It was the first commercial bank in India having limited liability and an entirely Indian board of directors. It was a small bank that had no branches and that served only local needs. Question number 13. In India, inflation measured by the Option A. Wholesale Price Index number. Option B. Consumers Price Index for urban non-manual workers. Option C. Consumers Price Index for agricultural workers. Option D. National Income Deflation. The correct answer is Option A. Wholesale Price Index number. Two major measures for inflation, which are widely used, are Wholesale Price Index, WPI, and Consumer Price Index, CPI. WPI measures the increase in the prices of a fixed basket of goods prevailing in the wholesale market, while CPI measures the increase in the prices of essential commodities purchased by an average consumer prevailing in the retail market. Measured weekly, WPI is the primary inflation measure in India. Question number 14. The annual yield from which of the following union government taxes is the highest? Option A. Custom duties. Option B. Corporation tax and income tax. Option C. Inheritance tax, wealth tax, interest tax and gift tax. Option D. Excise duties. The correct answer is Option D. Excise duties. Union excise duties. They are, presently, by far the leading source of revenue for the central government and are levied on commodities produced within the country, but excluding those commodities on which state excise is levied, viz., liquors and narcotic drugs. Question number 15. The average rate of domestic savings, gross, for the Indian economy is currently estimated to be in the range of Option A. 15 to 20%. Option B. 20 to 25%. Option C. 25 to 30%. Option D. 30 to 35%. The correct answer is Option B. 20 to 25%. Question number 16. Which of the following is not an undertaking under the administrative control of Ministry of Railways? Option A. Container Corporation of India Limited. Option B. Konkan Railway Corporation Limited. Option C. Indian Railways Construction Company Limited. Option D. Diesel Locomotive Works, Varanasi. The correct answer is Option C. Indian Railways Construction Company Limited. The PSU was established in 1976 by the Government of India under the Companies Act 1956. IRCON was registered as the Indian Railway Construction International Limited, a wholly, 100% owned entity of the Ministry of Railways. Its primary charter was the construction of railway projects in India and abroad. Question number 17. The apex body for formulating plans and coordinating research work in agriculture and allied fields is Option A. State Trading Corporation. Option B. Regional Rural Banks. Option C. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD. Option D. Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The correct answer is Option D. Indian Council of Agricultural Research. The apex body for formulating plans and coordinating research work in agriculture and allied fields is Indian Council of Agricultural Research. Question number 18. Resurgent India Bonds were issued in US dollar, pound sterling and Option A. Japanese yen. Option B. Deutsche Mark. Option C. Euro. Option D. French franc. The correct answer is option B. Deutsche Mark. The Deutsche Mark, abbreviated DM or D-Mark, was the official currency of West Germany from 1948 until 1990 and later the Unified Germany from 1990 until 2002. Question number 19. National expenditure includes option A. Consumption expenditure. Option B. Investment expenditure. Option C. Government expenditure. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is option D. All of the above. Gross national expenditure, formerly domestic absorption, is the sum of household final consumption expenditure, formerly private consumption, general government final consumption expenditure, formerly general government consumption, and gross capital formation, formerly gross domestic investment. Question number 20. Subsidies mean option A. Payment by government for purchase of goods and services. Option B. Payment made by business enterprises to factors of production. Option C. Payment made by companies to shareholders. Option D. Payment made by the government to business enterprises without buying any goods and services. The correct answer is option D. Payment made by the government to business enterprises without buying any goods and services. A sum of money granted by the state or a public body to help an industry or business keep the price of a commodity or service low. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now. Link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.